Right, welcome back to the house. So in this video I'm going to show you me filling the coving. Now I've pretty much done everywhere else in the room. Still got the joins and the mitres to do, but let's call them the tops and the bottoms all the way around, that's all done. Like I said, just the mitres and where it joins, still got them to fill. And then the bit here to do, which I'm going to show you now. We'll try and show you as much as it in real time as I can, just to show you how quick you've got to be with this stuff. So I'll do the actual filling in real time, probably just time lapse the rest of it because it's a bit of a longer process. But basically all it is I've got a bowl. And we've got the plaster that I showed you in the last video, the casting plaster. Just grab sort of a small handful like that. You never use it all anyway. Well, I don't anyway, because it's just how it is. Put in the mixing bowl. Then a cup of water, which I need to get some more of. And then all I do is just pour quite a bit in, like that. I just mix it up by hand. Could mix it with like a little tool, but just get your hands in, get them dirty, and get it done. I have found like a little knack with this, is to actually mix it up wetter. It gives you actually longer to work with it. When I first started doing it, because you've got to wait sort of 5 minutes or so for it to get to a stage where it's workable. This is obviously, it's too wet, it's just slop, it's like milk. You've got to get it to you've got to leave it till it gets to like a thick sort of cream stage before you can work with it. So this is just like milk at the minute, so it's no good for anything. So what I was doing is I was trying to mix it a little bit drier, so I wasn't waiting as long, but I found that like initially mixing it drier gave me less time to work with it. So if you mix it up really wet like this, it's only, you're talking a couple of minutes, but when you're doing this sort of stuff, that couple of minutes is vital. So there we go, that's all mixed. Now what we do is leave that, just go wash my hands. Like so. Alright, so while that's mixing up, just put that to the side. So it's way too wet at the minute. Leave that like 5 minutes. So while I'm doing that, I just like to go around and get ready. So I take the pins out. This has been up just over a week now, so more than had enough time to go off. I think that's them all. See, I've chipped a bit of plaster there, but the plaster that I used to fill this will fill those little holes. This one there. So that's that. And then all I like to do while I'm still waiting, because it's still too wet, is just sort of clean the tools up. Get them ready for the this little session of filling. Right, so that's that cleaned. My call these busks, they're alright. They're not too bad. So if we go check it, see that's, you know, probably another 30 seconds, that'll be about ready. So what I'll do is, I'll get the camera set up and we'll start filling. Right, just now ready to work with. So all I do is I'll start where I left off in this case. It's hard to describe, you just sort of, it's like a twisting, more like a press and twist sort of motion just to get it in there. I'll be honest, I'm quite messy with this. The pros are watching this, they'll think, what are you doing? But I achieved somewhat the same outcome. Might take me a little bit longer to get there, but at the end of the day, I'm not a professional when it comes to this. So we'll see just how long it actually takes for this stuff to become unusable. It's about, you know, I can make it drag out if I want to sort of give myself a lot to do, but it's around about like 7 minutes, I think. You haven't got time to think, you just got to sort of just get it in there. Worry about the mess after. I mean, to try not to cake the entire coving in the plaster, you just want to get it on this top edge. Don't worry about getting it on the ceiling because you've got to scrape it off anyway. So what I like to do is get so far, probably get to that where it joins, and then I'll come along and I'll do the bottom row to the same point, and then if I've got some time left and this hasn't fully set up, I'll carry on. But I don't like to do, say, all of the top, let it go off, and then do the bottom of another mix. So I like to just work my way along the full length of the coving, top and bottom. And I think I mentioned it before, what I'll do is I fill all the tops and bottoms. Obviously in a room like this, you're talking days, because I'm only having sort of an hour or so in a night at it. And then what I'll do is, I'll then go around afterwards at another time and fill all the joins and the mitres. So where there's really big gaps here, you just try to push as much as you can, and you don't want to put like a thin bead in and run the risk of it cracking later on. Just pack as much in there as you can, even if you end up using a lot more. And a day, that 25 kilo bag, I think I ordered, it was 80 linear metres coving. I'm probably, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through it, and the bag, I bet I've not even done a quarter of the bag yet, so it just goes to show how much or how far that bag will go, and I've had a lot of waste out of it. I mean, so what I've got left, and most of this will go to waste. It's already starting to thicken up slightly. And there we go, so I've got to that joint. And I'll just go again on the bottom. See, again, this is sort of one of those things where, as an amateur, you're taught to take your time when doing things that you're not experienced in doing, but with this you can't, otherwise you'll be there forever. I mean, forever. You're better off, I think anyway, getting as much of this in as you can, and then taking your time when it comes to the clean-up process. And I've learned, I've gone sort of through the house and upstairs and all coving upstairs. You'd be surprised how much this starts to scrape off as well. And like I said, there is quite a lot of waste, but it is what it is. It's starting now to get a bit thick and harder to work with. And I bet within the next sort of 60 seconds this will be pretty much unusable. It's amazing how quick it does go off. Said before, I think it is like similar stuff, and I don't know this because I've never experienced it, but if you break your arm or whatever, I think it is like similar stuff what they used to put like casts on arms and legs and broke bones. So I'm lucky enough to have never broke a bone. Well, broke bones that needed a cast on anyway. Broke the fingers and that. You can put casts on fingers. I made it to the joint on both top and bottom. So now it's just a case of seeing how far in it. Oh, it's really starting to go now. It's like little rocks. But I've just not going to have enough time to get all this done, but we'll give it a go. So if I had not mixed this wet, if I had not mixed this as wet as I did, I wouldn't have got this far. Definitely not. I mean, I've just done almost a full length. I'd already started. in that corner. Yes, starting to go now. So I know I did say I don't like to go on the top, but just for the sake of trying to get this done, I will try and get all this top edge done just to close it out. That's all that bit done. How much we can get out of this bottom. There's our little rocks. I might just do it. I'm really, no pun intended, but I really am scraping the barrel here. Alright, that's all that done. And then if I show you this, and how long's that took? So that's took, it's got just over 10 minutes out of that, I think, which is not bad. I'll show you this, crack the, to do it one-handed, but just, right. See how it's gone, that. I've only just managed to do that. See, that's it, obviously it's still soft, but it's not workable with how we want it. Right, so I'll quickly show you what the next step is. So get it's like a straight busk, it's just a piece of sort of flexible steel. And then get it, again, 100, and we just run along, obviously a few times, top and bottom. I'll just show you the top, and scrape the excess off, and you will end up with a finish like that. And then, so we do that top and bottom. I'll time lapse this so you can see what I'm doing. And then what I do is I run over with a wet sanding sponge. You see, it just gets, and now that's really really smooth. And then that's the process. I'll show you these sponges. Here's what they are. They're a small sanding sponge. I'm not sure on the grit. I think the 120 grit just says it's like a combination of a medium and fine dual grit. But so I bought this pack of 6, and so far I've used, I think that's the first pack. So I've used, up to now I've used 3 throughout the whole house. So this room has took 1 sponge. But if you sort of carefully look after them, wash them out, I've even started cutting them down, because what goes first, as you can see here, the corners go first. Like on this one, see all the edges of that's pretty much useless. Probably use that for when I actually fill the joints, because the beauty with these is, and I'll just show you, is you can press them in and they sort of follow the profile of the coving. So when you come to sand those joins and the mitres, you can really get in there, press it in, and it'll follow the profile and sort of just continue it. So yeah, I don't know what you'd do without those really. And then once it's all sanded down, just get the paddle brush and just brush any like, I don't know, it'll be like slop that's left over from when you've sanded. You'll see me do it anyway. And that's the process on how you fill. And there we go, all filled. So it's hard to show me running my finger across it, but so here there's quite a big gap here, and it is, I think that's the alright angle. Like I said, it's not a professional job, but it'll do once it's painted. You just never know. Just pays to take that little extra time with the sanding sponge and the brush, just to try and get it nice. But as you saw, I was making a bit of a mess. I mean, look at the floor, it's covered. But I was making a slight mess when putting it in, but you know, that's the outcome you get if you take your time when it comes to sanding it and brushing it off. So there we go, that is all the tops and bottoms done. And now it's just to fill the mitres and the bits where I've had to straight joint it. So I'm not going to video that because it is a longer process, but it's pretty much the same sort of way of doing it. So just sort of press it in as much as you can, and then it's a case of scraping the excess off without scraping it out of the joint, and then you just got to keep going over it with the sanding sponge. Same with the mitres. Get it in there, scrape as much excess off as you can, and then with the sponge. The mitres definitely do take the longest. The straight joints can do those pretty quick, but like I said, I ain't gonna film that bit. And if I remember, I'll get a video of it all done once I've done. And as soon as that's done, this room can be painted. Finally get it transformed. So yeah, there we go. That's the process of filling the coving. There we go. Everything is filled. That was the worst corner, quite the biggest one. To be honest, it's probably filled actually one of the best. I've said this before, like you could probably tell a difference now, but once it's all painted, you ain't gonna have a clue. It might be hard to see because I've taped it all back up, but I've done the caulking in those two corners there. It's not the best, but I think it'll be alright. And also I've caulked all the way down the fireplace along that edge and recovered the fireplace. This room is now ready for decorating. In fact, I've already started base coating the walls. Not sure how much of a video I'll get of this being decorated because Holly's actually going to do it all on her week off, so I'll be at work while most of this is getting done, but we'll see. Shouldn't take too long now, and then it'll be the flooring next. Don't know if I already mentioned what we're having in here. Wood flooring. Everything's getting delivered for that. Got to do quite a lot of prep work, self-level and everything, because it dips in the mill, but that's another video. So yeah, that is the coving. And this room is now starting to come together pretty well. I'm happy with it.